I remember feeling nervous and unprepared as I faced my very first shift at my very first job. I was 16. Katie, a few days before, she was a burned out assistant manager, and she had trained me just for a few hours, half-heartedly. The place was called Clancy Muldoon's Old-Fashioned Ice Cream Parlor, but the only thing old-fashioned about it was the hygiene. So, my first day there, and I was teamed with two girls, Shanice, who was excitable and chubby, and Laurel, who was slim and had a slight air of leadership about her. So I was really glad to be working with her because I had no idea how to serve ice cream or to do anything else for that matter. It was a very quiet day, and one of my first customers was this surfer dude in his mid-20s with curly blonde hair and mirrored sunglasses. He came in and he asked for something that Katie hadn't prepared me for. All the money in the cash register. So I just stood there. I was in total disbelief. I couldn't believe it. I mean, he was so mellow. I thought he was joking. I mean, who even robs an ice cream parlor? I mean, it's not a Brinks armored car or even a liquor store. In fact, it wasn't much of an ice cream parlor. So, at that point, he takes out a gun from his backpack and says, "Hey man, hurry up. I don't want to use this." At that point, it seems like less of a joke. And I realize this guy's holding me up. He's got a gun. And I really realized it when Shanice said, "Come on, he's serious." So I opened the drawer. I gave him all the cash, which he stuffed leisurely in his backpack. And then, as he sauntered out of the store, he said, "Have a nice day." I mean, are you kidding me? You kind of just ruined it. So Shanice said, oh my God, what should we do? And so Laurel said, I don't know, let's call Clancy. And Shanice said, no, we have to call the police first. So Shanice sighed and she muttered softly to me, I knew I should have taken that job at Kmart. And then she said, we have to call Clancy. He is going to be pissed off if we don't call him first. And then he's going to be all over me because I'm the shift leader. So, being a good guy, like an idiot, I volunteered to make the phone call. How much did we lose, he said. He barked over the phone. Well, I tried to soft pedal it. Maybe $50, $60. Just what I needed, he said. All right, I'm gonna call the cops. And look, don't worry about it. Molly's been through 16 holdups and she hasn't had a bullet in her yet. Then he hung up. Molly was Clancy's long-suffering wife, who did most of the work for the business anyway. And his confidence in her indestructibility did little to reassure me. So, a few minutes later, Molly appears, and she looks mad. And she says, why did you close up? You could have been making back the money we lost. Then the police came. And she insisted that I give them the report while I was waiting on customers. I couldn't believe it. Neither could the police. After that first day, I was so scared. I never wanted to go back. But I did. And I finished working there for the rest of the summer. Our only perk Our only perk was one ice cream item per shift, but no hot fudge. And 1 quart of take-home ice cream per week. But it wasn't nearly enough to make up for what I had been through. Clancy may have lost $60, but I had lost my sense of safety and security. Even so, I survived, and I carried on with determination, perseverance, and a quart of mint chip ice cream. Thank you.